To determine probabilities in JUMP, we'll begin to use the Analyze menu. We're going to be working with ethnicity, race, gender, and health insurance status. You can use the table summary menu if you would like to get counts by each of these groups, but you won't necessarily get the proportions you're looking for. For example, if I do summary of race and gender groups, then I will get the counts, but I would have to determine the proportions or the proportions that I need on my own. The easiest way to do this is to go into the Analyze Fit Y by X menu. Analyze Fit Y by X. And in this case, I'm going to put gender on the x-axis and health insurance on the y response. It doesn't actually matter which is your x or which is your y, and in fact, you should get familiar with switching them around and seeing what happens to the different proportions. So for now, gender on x, response is health insurance, press OK. And there are a couple of things you'll notice. One, we have what is called the mosaic plot. For now, we can ignore this, but in general, it will show you the breakdown of the proportions by your groups, and then if you ignore the group, what the breakdown of proportions looks like. I'm going to go ahead and hide this by clicking on the downward gray arrow. And now we can see we have what is called a cross-tab or contingency table of gender by health insurance. We can also ignore the test section for now, so I'm going to gray that out. And we're simply going to pay close attention to this table. There are 3 different percentages you see within each box. The top one is the total percentage. That is this number, 25, out of the total number, 334. That is why it is called a total percentage. The second percentage is the column percentage. That is this number 25 out of the column number 38. So 25 out of 38 gives me 65.79. And the third percentage is the row percentage. That is this number out of the total number in the row. So 25 out of 237, or 10.55%. Those percentages are calculated in the same way for each cell in the square. So 212 out of 237 would be the row percentage, or 89.45. 212 out of 334 would be the total percentage, or 63.47. And 212 out of 296 would be the column percentage, or 71.62. And you can do the same for both of the cells down here for males. You'll notice that you get what are called your marginal percentages. So 237, these are in the margins of this table. 237 out of 334 gives me 70.96% females. 97 out of 334 gives me 29.04% males. And of course, you can do the percentages in this direction as well. So the percent without health insurance is 38 out of 334, or 11.4. And the percent with health insurance would be 296 divided by 334, or 88.62. Anytime you see a little red arrow in JUMP, click on it. It will give you some more options. We have different options here that we'll learn about as we go through categorical data analysis, but we won't worry about them right now. And always try to right-click in Windows or control-click in a Mac, and again, it will bring up any options that you have. Here, our options are the same as this expected deviation, etc. So our options here, if we right-click, are the same as the contingency table. If we right-click on the outside of the table, it will then bring up the options that we have in the larger red arrow. So this is how you get contingency tables or proportions in JUMP for 2 categorical variables. To demonstrate again, it's fit y by x. And in this instance, let's use health insurance on our x, and we'll do marital status on our y and press OK. Again, I'll hide the mosaic plot and hide the tests. And you can see that we have the total percent, the column percent, or the row percent. And it's the same for each cell. Row percentages are out of the total n in the row. Column percentages are out of the total n in the column. And total percentages are out of the total n in the table. If you'd like to make some of them disappear, if you click on the red arrow, I can click on total percent and total percent will go away. But notice you've lost your marginal percentages as well. If I only want to show row percents, then I can remove the column percents. If I'd like my marginals back, then total percentage has to be clicked. You can do this for any two categorical variables, and it will give you the proportions that you desire, whether it's unconditional, which is the total percentage, or the conditional. Row percentages will condition on the row. Column percentages will condition on the column.